Hello, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. In this video, I'm going to talk about what to do when you have negative feelings. And this is a super important topic. It's also I understand why it's really important in terms of manifesting, because often people are scared to feel their negative feelings because they're scared that those negative feelings are going to manifest something that they don't want. And so what do you do in this situation? What do you do with your negative feelings? It's a great topic. I want to dive deep into it in this video. Before I jump in, please make sure you're subscribed to my channel right there. Also know that I offer tons of manifesting courses. All of them are self-study. There's 11 courses down there. If you tend to have negative feelings such as jealousy, fear of abandonment, not feeling good enough, there's a course called Free Yourself, and it's an exceptional course to teach you what to do with these feelings and what to do with these experiences in relationships so you no longer have to go through that anymore. Essentially, it will teach you how to let go of these experiences so you no longer have to manifest them. Okay, so let's jump into this video. What do you do with your negative feelings? Do you not feel them? Do you try to not feel them? Do you push them away? Do you resist them? So a lot of us have heard, and again, I'm going to get into a few components of this, so stick with me for the whole video because there's a lot of really important information that's going to come through. A lot of us, of course, have heard that what you resist persists. And of course, this is true because what you're pushing up against, what you're saying no to, no, you can feel that your body gets really, really tense. And essentially, you're creating a dominant experience inside of yourself. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. You're making that experience a dominant inner experience, which then manifests it into the outer reality. I talk about this all the time on my channel, that your dominant thoughts, feelings, and beliefs are what manifests into the outer world. So resisting a negative feeling is not the way to approach it at all, because when you're resisting or saying no to a negative feeling, you're essentially keeping it alive inside of you. So this is not the way I recommend doing it. Now, if you're someone who's scared that if I feel this negative feeling, then I'm going to manifest more of the same. Here's what I want to say to people in that camp. First of all, often when we feel something, there's two aspects of suffering. There's the suffering of the emotion itself, and then there's the added suffering of the resistance of that emotion. When you're resisting an emotion, there is an added layer that's actually usually much bigger of suffering than the actual emotion itself. When we open up and allow ourselves to actually just feel whatever we feel, so let's say you feel grief and you really want to cry and feel sad right now. When you actually open up your whole being and you allow that energy to move through you, the energy of grief, the feeling of grief, what we notice is often emotions pass very quickly. Have you ever felt that? I'm sure you have, where you finally just allow yourself to have a good cry, you cry, and then it's done with. That is actually that's one of the ways we want to be feeling our negative emotions. You just fully allow it. And one of the ways you're going to be able to fully allow it is to know this isn't going to take you over. This isn't going to ruin anything, because it's not. It's not going to ruin anything. It's almost like just an allowance of a cathartic experience, allowing something to just wash through you and then be done. So here is the key in this realm of feeling your feelings, feeling your negative feelings. Here's what you have to know. It's important to feel the feeling without getting lost in it. It's important to feel the feeling without letting it define you. It's important to feel the feeling without becoming totally embodied in it and thinking that it is the only reality. So what I'm trying to say is, there's the aspect of you, and I talk about this aspect in hopefully a lot of my videos. I mean, to me, it's the most important part of manifesting. there's an aspect of you, a truth of you that knows everything is okay. Okay? This is your infinite nature. The infinite nature in every single person on the planet actually consistently knows that all is well. And you have access to that part of you. All is well. This is actually referred to the Shiva aspect or the masculine aspect of life. And the feminine aspect or the Shakti aspect is the dance of life. So there's the part of you, there's a part of me that knows everything is okay. And then life or Shakti is the aspect of us that constantly things are moving and changing, and we feel good and we feel bad, and we have good days and we have bad days, and it's pretty and it's not pretty, and it's night and it's day. It's the movement of all of life that never ends. So this is the emotional realm, right? We feel wonderful at one moment. We feel not so great another moment. Different things are happening, and all of that is happening, but the stillness that knows that everything is okay still exists. So the point I'm trying to make with this is getting out into like real deep spiritual truth, really. But the point I'm trying to make with this is, ideally, you can feel all your emotions at any point. You can feel free to feel all of your emotions. But you know deep down that no matter what those emotions are, they don't define you. They're not the truth of you. The truth of you is this essence right here. This essence that knows that nothing's ever, ever, ever wrong. Okay? I talk about how I had a spiritual awakening and woke up to this essence in this video, so you can have a look there, and it really is what made me a master manifester. So what I want you to know is it's totally okay to feel your feelings. It's not going to sabotage your manifestation. Just the important thing for you to know is you don't, and it's easier said than done, I think, but the important thing is to not get lost in the feeling. To not feel like this feeling is the only thing that exists and this is what defines me and this is the truth of my life forever. It's not. It's a feeling, and you're allowed to have them. It's the beauty of life. It's beautiful to have all different feelings, including the feelings that are painful, right? This is what gives contrast and color to life. What would happy be without sadness? This is why we incarnated into a reality where there is contrast, because what would happy be without sadness? We don't know happy without knowing sadness. We don't know white without black. If there was only white, there would be no separation, and that's beautiful. That's your true nature. I may be getting too far into spiritual concepts here for you guys, but maybe you like it. We'll see. Contrast is what creates the beauty of life, and so all emotions, there's a reason for them existing. The important thing is for you not to define yourself by it. To know that it is just a moment in time. It's washing through you. It's going to be over, and you're going to get back to knowing the truth of who you are, which is infinite, beautiful, perfect, and whole. The last thing I want to say about how to work with your negative emotions is this. Often, the part of us that feels negative emotions is the wounded self. This can be called the inner child, as I refer to it. It can be called the ego. And it's the sense of self that doesn't feel whole, that doesn't feel loved, that doesn't feel complete in some way. So I have a whole playlist on how to work with your inner child. It's exceptional work. It's profound work. It also is a way to start healing your negative emotions on the spot whenever they come up. So again, a negative emotion often is coming from a feeling of being disempowered, not feeling like you're going to get what you want, not feeling loved. It's a disconnection from your true nature, which is pure wholeness and love. And so when we do inner child work, which I teach in all these videos up here in that playlist, when we do inner child work, we learn to come back around into our sense that everything is okay. You know, this is an awakening experience when you're able to access the feeling that everything is okay, no matter what's happening out there, everything is okay. It's not a delusional process. It's not a denial of what is. It's knowing the truth. It's actually knowing the truth that in every moment, perfection is here. Like, that's the truth. And when you know that, and when people awaken to this, I mean, what you feel with people who have woken up is a deep sense of ongoing peace. I mean, people ask me on in my comments, like, do you ever have bad days? What's going on with you? Why do you always seem so happy? And the truth is, do I have bad days? Yeah, I have some funky days, for sure. There's days where I feel tired or caught in my own stuff. It's not that common. And the reason it's not that common for me is because I live with the knowing, and it's a felt, embodied experience that literally everything is okay. Okay, this is my awakened nature, and I just have a very strong embodied contact with that true self, with the infinite self, with the God self. I have a very strong contact with that because I've practiced it a lot. I know what it is to live there. I've devoted my whole life to it. And I had the awakening almost 10 years ago. So anyways, what I'm trying to convey in this video is that don't be scared of your emotions. Yeah, you don't need to be scared of your emotions. They're not going to ruin everything. And if you open up and allow yourself to just feel the feelings more in your body, in your heart center, feel the feelings rather than getting caught in the story of what's happening, it's going to wash through you, and you can go back into being your centered self once again. Okay? Thank you guys so much for being here with me in this video. Please leave a comment and like and share. Oh wait, and oh yeah, subscribe. That's over there. And subscribe, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.